Hey everyone, we are re-recording our intro. Say hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Francesco. We are a couple and we are sailing and traveling and adventuring, and we wanted to podcast and create a website and a tracker so our friends and family could follow us. Check us out at www.sailingpb.com. PB stands for Prima Barcavela, which is our first sailboat. We are bareboat chartering and adventuring, and coming up, we got a big trip to Guadeloupe and Thailand, and we wanted you all to be able to follow us, so check us out there. And the podcast here is all about our leading up to that trip, planning and thinking about, are we insane? Are we insane, Jennifer?
Yes.
Cool.
Affirmative.
All right. Are you ready?
I sure am.
You ready to do this?
I am.
All right. Let's start with this first.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, we are sitting around a campfire at our home and thought we would talk.
Contemplating our trip
We shall talk about our trip.
and all the emotions that have come along with doing something like this.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What emotions are you having?
Well, I applied for how many jobs today? 5 jobs. I'm in this weird headspace of having given up my job, which is a pretty cake job that I like.
Good bennies.
Great bennies, great pay.
And a bonus that you're not going to get.
And a bonus. I gave up a bonus for this trip, which is not a bonus. But I'm living in this mixed headspace of kind of what will be, and something will work itself out, while also wanting to be determined to make something work out, which is a weird juxtapositions of emotions, because I don't want to lay back and just let the universe unfold. I feel like I have to be proactive in the universe unfolding for me. So I'm, that's really the only anxiety. Well, I have 2 anxieties about this trip: not having work and then not wanting to come back to the real world. Other than that, everything is woohoo!
Did I say it last time how my boss was saying, my boss's boss was saying that it would be hard for me to put my shoes back on?
Yeah.
I can imagine it's going to be really hard to come. Or, okay, it could go either way. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, and that's
true.
the adventure and the experiment here is what happens. Maybe after 10 weeks, we're, like, ready to come back. I lived in Europe for 3.5 years in total, and I can tell you at a certain point, I was really sick and tired of seeing another building and going to another city just to go to another city and see another building.
Right.
How spoiled, of course, that sounds. Yeah. It's a horrible thing to say because you should be appreciating everything, but at a certain point, I think it becomes like, okay, it's just another thing. But I hope that that's not the case. I feel like, but who knows?
Anything can become mundane if you let it, right?
The thing with this trip, which is really hit home today, I was making one of those cartoony graphic tracker things, and I was trying to plug in every waypoint that I could think of, and when I really finally put all that in, I stepped back and I was like, holy crap, that's a lot of freaking waypoints. Because we're going from Anderson, South Carolina, getting in a car, going to Greenville, getting on a plane, going to Miami, and we're sleeping in the freaking airport, by the way, because the flights, we're going to get into that a whole other time when we talk about this. The flights are chaotic, and Air France and American Airlines have really pulled a number on us and costing us $3,500 in flights. Good God.
No, not really. Not really. With all the points. Yeah, I've written about that a little bit.
Then we go from Miami to Pointe Pitre, Guadeloupe, and we had to get a Airbnb for one night because Air France screwed up our flights. Then we get on the boat. Then we go out of the marina and we go to Maria Galante, which is an island south of Pointe Pitre. I can't say that. And then we go from there to the Saints. Then we come back to Pointe Pitre to drop the kids off, bring them to the airport, get them off on a plane. They're coming home. But then we continue to circumnavigate, hopefully, the rest of the island and go other places. We want to go to Jacques Cousteau's Reserve. We want to go to Desailles, I think is how you say it. There's another like little island. I want to go to St. Francis. I want to go to St. Marie.
You guys, welcome to my world.
Yeah,
Do you hear the excitement?
Yeah. But then, after that, we go back to Puerto Priche. Then we go on a... and this is all in the Waypoint software, this little cartoon tracker. Then we get on a bus to go back to the airport. Then we're in the airport. Then we go to Miami. Then we go to GSP, which is Greenville, and we spend one night there, which is going to be Ubering, cars, taxis, whatever, or sleeping at the airport because who the hell knows what's going to freaking happen. Then we get back on a plane. We go to Detroit, and then we go to Seoul, South Korea, 3-hour layover. Then we go to Bangkok. In Bangkok, we hopefully get picked up from by our friends. We hang out with our friends for a week and a half. We're going to be exploring Bangkok and around the area. Then we're going to get on a train. We're going to take a train up to Chiang Mai. Then we're going to get on a scooter and go to Chiang Rai. Then we're going to get who knows how back to Chiang Mai, then back to Bangkok somehow or wherever that takes us. We have no idea. But we're going to get back to Bangkok at some point. Then we're going to get on a plane, go back to Phuket. Then we're getting on a sailboat, and we're going to sail all these islands all the way to Malaysia and back. Then we're getting back on another plane, back to Bangkok, back on another plane, back to Atlanta, back on another plane, back to Greenville. Somehow we're getting back home, and we're going to show up to work the very next freaking day.
Whoa, we are not.
We're crazy.
We are not. But you somehow made that sound stressful. See, this is why I'm not focused on those details.
So,
I can't.
Yeah, so everything I said at the beginning about it being maybe it's becomes mundane, I can't see how that's possible because we're gonna be on the freaking go.
Yeah.
There's gonna be slow times, I hope.
There has to
That's what I'm hoping for. There's slow times on the
be.
boats, and there's slow times here and there, but there's gonna be a lot of moving around.
I think our personality types are what's next kind of people, which is beautiful because
what's over the next horizon.
Right, because that makes us continue to adventure. But I think the challenge in that is to stop and smell the flowers, take in the moment and be present.
By the way, side note, that tracker software that I was using, it totaled up to 27,700 miles, and that wasn't even like everything because I didn't actually put in every single waypoint.
No, we have no idea.
And we don't even know what we're going to be doing once we get to Thailand with screen. Oh, I didn't put in like when we rent the car in Guadeloupe and we do a little bit of like land touring there too. So that wasn't in there.
Well, because we have zero idea.
I hope we hit 30,000 miles. Is there a way we can like track that and keep track of that? That'd be pretty cool.
It sounds like you can with that app.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah.
So, who knows what's going on?
It's funny to have your mind race about something, and then once we get in, it's. I think we're both like sort of planners in different ways. Like you can see, he's very focused on the details of the trip. I'm very I'm thinking about the job and the things that I need to worry about on the life side of things. But once we get there and all the trips we've done together, we seem to just kind of melt into the trip. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to stop thinking about it and starting to experience it.
Yep. By the way, in case you're hearing all the background noise, it's a cacophony. I like the word cacophony.
It's a great word.
It's a very strong word, but it sounds intelligent, which I am not.
Stop.
It's a cacophony. But there's like the fire crackling in the background. There's like crickets and birds and squirrels and chipmunks and chickens going burp, 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 burp. We have 3 chickens. Should we talk about our chickens?
They're so sweet.
Yeah, we're going to have some... one of Jennifer's patients has volunteered to watch our chickens for the 10 weeks we're gone.
I have the coolest patients, yes.
So we have 3 chickens. They're Hey, Blanche, and Ethel. So Blanche and Ethel are blue hairs. They are our
the purple
Orpingtons. And then we have a reddish one.
Just a basic
Orpington.
Oh, the fire just tried to murder us. The basic Labrador Retriever of the chickens. But yeah, they're a trip. We got them to lay eggs, and they lay when they want to, but we get a good amount of eggs out of these girls.
Yeah. They're pure entertainment. If you've never had chickens, I highly encourage them.
Yeah, I never thought. I only wanted them for eggs. I just like...
But they're like pets.
They have such individual personalities beyond anything I ever expected.
We had 6 at one time.
Oh gosh.
And
such a story.
they were our junkyard chickens. We got them through like Craigslist or something, and we thought that we were going to get like a variety of different colored little chicks, and surely like half of them, hopefully, would be hens. Oh no, all but one was a hen. One was a hen, the rest were roosters. And then they started getting picked off by foxes and dogs, and we had a snake, and we had a raccoon, and we had so many hawk. We had a hawk attack. The hawk got trapped inside the coop area, the chicken run. That was an adventure.
We had a skunk get in there.
All right.
Everything loves chicken.
Everything loves to eat chicken. Yeah, a skunk was walking slowly around inside the chicken run, chasing the chickens around. And I had to get in there and try to figure out how to get the skunk out without getting sprayed. That was an adventure.
Yeah.
Constant adventure.
Always.
We do live in the forest.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yep.
But we're figuring it out. This is our first attempt at chickens, and they've been fantastic and way more fun than we ever expected. And
yeah,
definitely a challenge to keep alive because everything on the planet wants to eat chickens. But
yeah. Do you think we would maybe have chickens on a boat someday? I've seen some sailors with chickens on boats. If you have a chicken on a boat, please let us know. How do you do it? I would love to find out more.
I am not having a chicken on a boat. I don't feel like that's the move.
What happened? The screen just went dark. Alright, we're recording again. Not sure what happened. The screen went blank, and then I paused it, and then I think I stopped it. So we're back. We were talking about chickens. Chickens on boats. I've seen ducks on boats. I've seen chickens on boats. I've seen dogs and cats on boats. Any other animal? I've seen parrots on boats.
Oh yeah, people have everything on boats.
What other kind of animals on boats? We the patients that are going to take care of our chickens, they have a little tiny pig, and that's what Jennifer wants to go do is hold a little tiny pig. It's like a 30-pound. It won't get any bigger than 30 pounds.
Yes.
And the old man that watches our chickens that lives there with the pig, he sleeps the pig every night in his recliner.
Yes. They have.
Can we get a boat pig?
Peacocks. They have goats.
Do you know chickens can swim?
I did.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I saw that recently. Do you also know that deer swim? This
Yes.
I did not know.
I've seen a deer swim past my boat.
A funny story. We live on a lake here in the upstate of South Carolina, and there's a pretty big island that's near this marina. And one day, like 15 years ago, we were cruising around the island, and there were these deer out there, and I was like, oh my God, the deer have been there since they flooded and created this lake. They've been on this island the whole time, surviving on this island.
He's so cute.
And somebody told me one day, they're like, you're a freaking idiot. Deer can swim. I was like, why would they swim? They can't swim, one. And why would they swim out to that island? There was a buck, a doe, and a fawn. And then I had to look it up on the internet, and sure enough, there were deer swimming.
Yeah, I've had them swim in front of the boat.
I really thought I was more smart than this.
Well, I don't think that's something you know unless you know.
That caught me by surprise.
Well, how about pigs? I mean, in the Bahamas, don't they have that
Pigs
little...
do swim. Yeah, I would like to see that one day.
Yep.
So, back to the trip. We got a lot of emotions going on. We're in like the last throes of planning, sort of, kind of. We have about a month and a half left, I think. We leave December 15th. Yeah.
Correct.
We got our pack list, but we keep adding little things here and there. I thought we have a giant long pack list, and today I realized I should probably pack a flask.
Most importantly.
Most importantly, a flask for my bourbon.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
rum.
it's
I'm not
sort
going to be
of
getting bourbon down
one
there.
of those
I'm getting rum
things
down there.
where you don't know what's going to
I
cost.
don't need a flask, right? I shouldn't pack a flask. That's just more stuff we need to take with us. I don't need a flask. The boat will have things. We can buy things. Little things. Not a lot of things. We're on a tight budget.
I don't understand what's happening right now. But I've been trying to sort of read what's costly. I mean, when you get these Caribbean islands, some things are not and some things are. Like sunscreen I'm going to bring rather than buy.
A 55-gallon drum.
I need to.
And we're going to dip you in it.
I need to.
By the way, Jennifer is a ginger.
Yes.
And we are thinking that we're going to have to dip her in a 55-gallon drum of sunscreen every day.
Seriously. Is there not some sort of UV protectant we can just spray on me?
If anyone has come up with an invention like a fire hose of sunscreen, that would be a good idea.
Like the tanning booths where they do the spray tan.
Yeah.
Maybe I could just get in there and do a sunscreen tan.
I like that idea. Yeah.
But then the chemicals freak me out in the sunscreen. So
Yeah.
finding that balance is also
Have
a
you found
challenge.
the sunscreen that is reef friendly and cancer free?
I have found a few, but you're talking like $30 a bottle in the ones I've found so
Good
far.
God.
That Environmental Working Group is a fantastic organization, but there was very limited on body sunscreens that I came across, and the ones that I did.
What's the calculation? Like how far will a bottle of sunscreen go for you if you have to lather up every day, twice a day?
Not far. I think what I'm going to focus on is more UV protectant clothing, and then utilize the sunscreen only when swimming, directly in sunlight. Like,
Yeah.
maybe
That
do
would be a good
more of
idea
the.
to buy some clothes that are like very light, full length, like cover up, like full arm length, full pant length.
I have some of that
I don't
stuff,
have
but
enough
I'm
of
going
that
to get a
stuff.
couple more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the real, one of the risks of living that sort of lifestyle constantly in the sun,
Yeah.
especially when you're critically Caucasian.
Yeah.
This fire's mesmerizing
This fire is like NyQuil. It's putting us to sleep.
when it's not exploding little shards of.
Every so often it explodes, and it's like and I thought that stuff, this is like the seasoned wood. This wood has been dry for 2 years. I'm surprised it's snapple cracking and popping like it is.
It's got some moisture in it from something. Who knows?
Apparently. So yeah, what else about the trip? What else about sailing?
It's funny. Like, I go in waves with it. Like I said, right now, today, the focus has been trying to line up work. That's where my brain has been with it.
We're hoping that Jennifer will be able to take some interviews from wherever we are, maybe in January, in February, in preparation for coming back to a job.
Yeah.
She's taken a big risk, and but it's one of those things that we talked about, that
Yeah.
it's one of these once in a lifetime trips that we should do when we can do it, and this is the time to do it. And she's taken a lot of risk on with not having a job, but I think, like everything, we'll figure it out. It'll
Yeah.
work out.
I'm a hustler, too. I
Fortunately,
could
she's
care
a
less.
hustler, and fortunately, I believe her cardiac ultrasound tech is in high demand. So, although she would like to definitely do something different than that.
That's the push. Like,
Yeah.
I can find more
Yeah.
work in ultrasound. I've just 23 years. I'm ready to expand the.
So anyone out there hiring, she's looking to be a recruiter, or what was the other stuff you're looking at
Oh
doing?
my
Project
gosh.
manager?
No, I don't know that I could be a project manager. But
You can do it all. You can do anything you want to do.
That's true. I'm gifted.
You can be president of the
Yeah, I
United
tell
States.
you what I am is, again, a hustler and an easily learner. I can't do worse than most of the politicians, that's for sure. But we won't go there.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
Right on.
Yeah, it's funny when you do something like this. Like, everything in you is a go, and especially with like what we talked about last time, just my experiences in life and the people I've talked to, and everything is a go, but everything is a risk as well. Everything's risk and reward. Like, I know there's going to be such high reward with this, but I'm definitely taking a risk. But I'm also okay with the risk. I've prepared for this risk. I'm saving for this risk. I'm willing to come back and wait tables and do whatever. I don't care. I'm not too proud to do any kind of work. It's just work. Joy comes from other things for me, and we're all different, wired differently, which is beautiful. We talked about that, like different people we've run into that don't know how to not clock in every day. Like, that's the thing that winds their watch. That's the thing. Climbing the corporate ladder is their driving motivation, which I don't have. I just know I need a paycheck to go do fun things. So I'm completely okay with working and doing my best at whatever I'm doing, but it's not my ambition to climb any sort of corporate ladder.
I feel very confident you're gonna swim. You're gonna not sink. You're gonna swim.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do a shameless promotion and say, follow along and see if this takes flight at www.sailingpb.com. See if we make it. See if this chaotic shit show takes off.
Yeah.
See if we succeed.
I'm excited to write about it and journal about it. I
Yeah.
think I just can't wait to express that part of my creative side and get those words out there on paper. And
I'm very proud of the stuff that you've written. I've read it, and it's really great. And if you don't know, Jennifer wrote an article for Latitudes and Attitudes. It was the spring edition or summer edition?
I think it was summer. I think it came out May.
Summer edition 2022, May. And it was about our Belize trip that we took sailing with, what was the name again? The sailing...
Barna?
Barna, yeah.
Oh, BelizeSailing.net.
BelizeSailing.net or BelizeAdventures.net?
Nope, it's
BelizeSailing.net. So, yeah, that was a really amazing trip. We went to a bunch of different islands, Moho and Tobacco Key and Southwater Key and Hideaway Key. And normally we would bareboat charter on our own, but with the complexity and the risk of the Belize Reef, and also the expense of getting a catamaran down there, we decided to go low budget, and we found Barna, and my goodness, they are the most amazing people.
Yeah.
We just love them so much. They were fantastic. If you ever want to talk about Belize, reach out to us. We love talking about Belize. But Jennifer wrote this amazing article, 5,000-word article, about all the details of our trip. We had like a land-based adventure. We flew into Belize City. Barna picked us up. He drove us on the Hummingbird Highway. We went down to the marina at the sanctuary.
Oh, which is a story in itself.
Oh, such a story. Wow. And then we went on we hiked into the Jaguar Preserve. Coxcomb Basin, up to the top of a overlook. Then we just explored Hopkins Bay, which was so amazing. Hopkins has got such a great history with like the drums that they make there. There's this like the stories that they were
Garifuna. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Am I saying it correctly?
The stories that they were African slaves and they got their freedom and they established like a community there. Such a beautiful story. I highly encourage you to read that article about that, and also just look up the history of that area, Hopkins Bay. And we went then like to all the different islands.
You're forgetting Hideaway.
Hideaway. I know I said Hideaway.
Oh, did you?
Hideaway with Dustin and Anya. Anya? What was the daughter's name?
Ama.
Yeah, and
Nicole? Was that her name?
No, I don't think it was Nicole. Oh, I feel so bad. I forgot the wife's name.
I'm blanking right now.
Oh my God, Hideaway Key
She's
was
from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania and Florida. They were a cruising couple that cruised for years and years and years, and they eventually settled into buying an island in Belize, and they slowly, with help from friends and other cruisers, built this amazing, like, just crazy, like,
Robinson Crusoe-esque.
Yeah. Just, they have like a little guest home there that they rent out, and they welcome every cruiser at the dock. They have little mooring balls that they'll help you in. And then they make you the most amazing meal. They've got lobster and conch, and they serve up wonderful rum punches. And the stories that go around are just fantastic. I can't say enough about that trip. My gosh, I would love to go on and on about that.
Oh,
But
we could.
yeah, so Jennifer's quite a little writer, yeah, and she's going to be writing all about this trip too. So check in with us, and we'll put the links in the show notes so you can like find that and how to follow along. We're going to use a couple different trackers, and you can follow along. Like we're going to have like a blogging tracker waypoint thing where you can see where we are at different points, and we're going to be posting pictures and little captions, and then Jennifer's going to be writing articles, and we'll be podcasting about it, I hope, every other evening.
Well, at least on some sort of frequency.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just exciting to capture the memories. You know, it's hard to strike the balance between capturing and experiencing. But I'm incredibly nostalgic, and I love the idea of looking back on things. And you know, we don't print pictures the way we used to. We don't have our albums, and I'm an overposter on all the socials because I am shameless with it. I will go back constantly and look at my own pictures. And I don't know what that says about me, but I'm incredibly nostalgic. I just love to go back and the images, you know, revive the memory and revive the emotion of that moment. And
I really like that we're doing the posting and the capturing and the blogging like 70% for our own, you know, our own journaling of it. And in the digital age of journaling, this is the journaling way of doing it. And I love that we're going to do that for this. I'm so glad that we're all in on that. And if other people find it interesting, great. That's fantastic. But I'm really happy that we're doing this for us more than we're trying to like push this out and do it for
I want my
everybody
kid
else.
to look at this 20 years from now and be like, my mom's kind of rad.
You are rad. For sure. Yeah, so what else? What else can we talk about tonight? As we sit around the campfire with crickets in the background.
I know, you really are messing me up with a podcast and a fire. My brain is half asleep and half engaged.
Cheers! And you've got your glass of wine, I got my beer.
I do. We've had a rather simple day today, but that's okay. Sometimes you just need a simple day.
Watched some college football.
Did some chores.
Yep. Did some
Kind
cooking.
of a gloomy day.
It's a gloomy day, but you know what? It's all good.
It's 100% good. It's sometimes we need those gloomy days to force us to sit still because we're not very good at that.
We don't sit still well. Are we high energy?
I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm high energy.
Am I high maintenance?
You want to ask me? You're putting me on the spot, sir.
Some people say you're a bit much.
Some people do say. You're
My brother, Tony, if you're listening.
And you know what? Coming from
I'm
him,
a bit much. Everybody knows I'm a bit much.
1,000%.
Us together is like a explosion waiting to happen. It's like antimatter and matter coming together, and it's gonna be.
It's just like a Tasmanian devil couple just spinning about the earth.
This could be very good or very bad.
I think it's fun to have met somebody that is equally as excited about what's next.
Yeah. There's a boat in the background. It's like, what, 10 o'clock at night? And there's a boat cruising through our cove right now, which is fantastic. I love seeing people out on the lake at night. That's so awesome.
There's not really any stars tonight.
No, it's a gloomy, overcast night. But, yeah, anyway, should we cut this off? This has gone on quite a while. I think we've done a half hour.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Not so focused tonight, but
it's all right. It's all about just getting our thoughts out on this, and this way 10 years, 20 years from now, we can look back and listen to this and be like, what the hell were we thinking?
Exactly.
What in the world did we do?
We did it.
We did it.
We're doing it.
All right, y'all. So follow us, like, subscribe, whatever those things are that you do. If you want to follow us, if you find value in this, we love it. If you reach out to us, we will definitely respond. You can find us at www.sailingpb.com. PB stands for Prima Barcavella, or peanut butter for ease of understanding. Sailing PB. Prima Barcavella stands for First Sailboat, which is the name of our little 25.5-foot Hunter sailboat. And are we going to name our next boat Segundo Barcavella, which is second sailboat?
I feel like we can get clever with that, though. That's a lot. That's a mouthful.
But then it disrupts our whole web presence with Prima Barcavella. PB.com.
Maybe it can be PB.
We're not changing the website.
No, but I mean, it could be Prima Barcavella.
Squared?
Yeah.
With a little 2?
No, there's got to be something we can do with an asterisk. Because it gets our first saltwater boat. This is our first freshwater boat.
Nice.
See, we can.
Smart.
Yeah, there's
there
angles we can work.
Because I didn't really want to go to Secundo and Trenta? No, Terza? What's third?
Call your mom.
Quaranta?
That's 4.
I don't know. I have to look that one up. My Italian is really rusty. All right, y'all. Got to cut this off now.
Ciao.
We love you. Bye. Ciao. Arrivederci.
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte. Nonna, if you're listening, buonanotte.